Am I the asshole for returning my wife's thoughtful gift because it wasn't something I actually wanted? I know this might make me sound ungrateful, but I need some outside perspective because my wife, who is 32 years old, is furious with me, and honestly I'm not sure if I'm in the wrong. I, a 34-year-old male, am a huge football fan. It's my main hobby, my passion, and honestly, it's a big part of my identity. I've followed the same team since I was a kid, and watching games, analyzing plays, and keeping up with the stats is how I unwind. I even play in a local flag football league, and Sundays during the season are sacred in our house. My wife knows this. I don't ask for much, but football is my thing. So, last month, my wife decided to surprise me with a big, thoughtful gift. She told me she had been planning it for a while and couldn't wait to see my reaction. She hyped it up so much that I was genuinely excited. I was thinking it might be tickets to a game or maybe even some signed memorabilia from one of my favorite players. I don't usually expect gifts like that, but with the way she was building it up, I couldn't help but get my hopes up. The day finally came and she handed me the gift. It was a beautiful, custom-made football-themed wall art piece, intricately designed and personalized with my name, my jersey number from the local league, and a quote about teamwork and perseverance. It was clear she'd put a lot of thought and effort into it. She told me she'd worked with an artist online to create something unique and meaningful just for me. And here's where I might be the asshole. I looked at it and smiled, but deep down I was disappointed. Don't get me wrong, it was beautiful and thoughtful, but it wasn't something I really wanted. I don't have a man cave or a dedicated space where I'd hang something like that. Our house is pretty small and the idea of putting it up in the living room felt out of place. Plus, I'm more of a practical gift person. I'd rather have something I can use, like a new football for my games, upgraded cleats, or even tickets to a game so we could go together. The wall art just wasn't it for me. I thanked her and told her it was a really thoughtful gift, but I could tell she was waiting for a bigger reaction. She kept asking, "Do you love it? Isn't it amazing?" And I didn't have the heart to tell her I wasn't thrilled about it. I muttered something like, "It's really cool," and left it at that. A few days later, I decided to return the wall art. She had mentioned in passing that the artist offered refunds if something wasn't quite right, and I figured it would be better to put that money towards something I'd actually use. I didn't tell her because I knew she'd be upset, but I figured it wouldn't be a big deal. I contacted the artist, explained that it didn't fit the space I had in mind, and got a refund. I thought it was a clean break. Big mistake. A week later, my wife asked why the wall art wasn't up yet. I tried to deflect, saying I hadn't decided where to put it, but she kept pushing, so I finally admitted I had returned it. She was livid. She accused me of being ungrateful and selfish, saying that she had spent weeks working with the artist to create something meaningful and personal for me. She told me it wasn't just a gift, it was a way of showing how much she supports my passion for football. I tried to explain my side, saying that while I appreciated the thought, I just didn't see the point of keeping something I wouldn't use or display. I told her I'd rather have something practical that I could enjoy during my games or while watching football. She fired back that gifts aren't supposed to be about practicality, they're about the thought and effort behind them. She even said that returning it without telling her felt like a betrayal, like I didn't care about all the work she'd put into it. She hasn't been the same with me since. Every time football comes up, she makes a snide comment like, "Too bad my gifts aren't good enough for your precious hobby." It's gotten to the point where I feel guilty even watching games, because I know she's still mad about it. To make matters worse, I found out she told her friends about the whole thing, and now I'm being painted as the ungrateful husband who didn't appreciate his wife's efforts. One of her friends even texted me saying I was a jerk for breaking her heart after all the effort she put into the gift. My friends, on the other hand, think she's overreacting. They've said things like, "At least you didn't lie to her about liking it," and "She should have asked you what you wanted instead of assuming." But now I'm stuck in this awkward situation where no matter what I do, I feel like the bad guy. I tried suggesting that we use the refund money to buy something football-related together, like tickets to a game or a new piece of equipment, but she shut it down, saying the point wasn't the money, it was the effort. I keep going over it in my head. Should I have just kept the wall art to make her happy even if I didn't like it? Wouldn't that have been dishonest? Or was I right to be upfront and not keep something I knew I wouldn't enjoy? So, am I the asshole for returning my wife's thoughtful gift because it wasn't something I actually wanted?